I'll start with SB.
ultimate106.9FM.
Why green today? Why green today?
First of all, I just put on any random color. No special reason.
I mean, if you just tell me random color, and I'm sitting amongst three beautiful ladies, all have green in their dress. What is random about it?
Yeah, I think it's a coincidence.
Did it to the plan?
It's a coincidence.
How about green? Why? Green, green, green.
I'm even surprised because back in the days, green seemed like an odd color for so many ladies. But these days, I see green to dominate. Probably it's because of me.
Because of you.
Yeah, because I'm making it.
We can take it.
Okay.
That
I
you
own
know.
it.
Where did your green come from? Today. Just woke up and decided to.
No special reason, Apostle.
Randomly
Yes.
selected.
Well, we can take it. Randomly selected. Maybe I
Whether
have
you
to.
like it or yes.
Yeah, no, I have to look for some fourth eye so that I can also be in green when you're coming through with your green stuff. Yes. So it's Ghana month and everything Ghana. This morning you were sharing something with me. What did Pakwesi say?
Yeah, he said he was listening to us yesterday. Then he heard you ask if the question was directed to me actually.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
asked if I would be bold enough to propose to a man. Yes. So we were just debating on it this morning.
Oh, okay. Did he feel strange about it? A woman proposing?
Yeah, he said it's not possible. So I gave him one or two instances, and Shatta was also around.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
I miss
he
Shatta.
supported me. Yes.
Yeah, so that's the culture of the accounts, the accounts in general. They believe that it's a man who should propose. Today, I was scanning through some other research reports. I found out that yesterday what you were talking about is indeed true. It's been modernized, and that the kokoko comes in as the first one. So, yeah, it's good to go through reviews and find out what others are doing recently. But so today, looking at what the case study we have is, we want to go into the Akan traditional marriages. What are the processes that one will have to go through? So the boy first of all discusses his intention with the girl. This is where the whole thing is. So it's the boy who should go and discuss with the girl. In other words, the boy should go and propose to the lady, will you marry me? I want to find out. If you look at the Western world, this young man will be kneeling down in front of the young girl and holding a ring. And is it what we do here?
Yes, it's been happening here.
And that one is one-on-one. I mean, it's done quietly before.
No, these days they go out. Sometimes they'll be going out for shopping, and then
All of a
before the
sudden,
lady realizes the guy is
pulls out the ring and that's it.
he's knelt down, and then people will be just watching them like that.
So,
And then it's been happening in churches lately too.
oh, what?
Yes.
They're in church and then suddenly you do that. So is that a promissory ring? Is it what is it? What kind of ring is that?
Oh, I would say it's a promissory ring.
Okay.
But yes, it's a promissory ring. And then in Ghana here, what we call engagement is what we should be rather calling promise. When you engage someone, it means you've promised the person.
Okay.
But here, engagement is what
Is a marriage?
the traditional one.
The
Yes, the
traditional
traditional one is what we call engagement.
Okay, so if you're a young man, you are listening, that's what the accounts believe. But look, if you don't have courage, you are timid, and you can show a green light to your lady to propose to you so you get courage, that's fine. Because people like me, we are timid and we are scared of women, so we can't propose. So,
Apostle, how did you propose to your wife?
this is years ago, I've forgotten. I don't even remember.
Oh boy.
You want me to tell you on radio?
Yes, please.
Okay, tomorrow. You say that tomorrow. Okay. So the young boy will have to discuss with the lady. That means they have to come into agreement. And this morning I was looking at how many agreements one will have to come into to be able to just go into call it a marriage, a traditional account marriage. So the first agreement is between the two of them, the young boy and the young girl. Then the boy has to go to see the mother. That's what they suggested, the mother or an elderly person, to break the news to the parents. Now let's think a little bit. And why should a young man who has found a bride go to a third person to break the news to the parents when he should be able to go directly? What will make things happen that way, Green? If you have any thoughts about this.
Professor, come again, please.
Okay, I said the studies suggest that there can a marriage principle. The young man must agree with the girl. So discussion, I want you to marry me, it's agreed.
Yeah.
Then the guy must either speak to the mother direct or go and get an elderly person to come and break the news to the parents.
Sure.
I'm asking, why should it be that the young man cannot approach his parents directly and that he needs a third person? Why should that be?
Personally, well, from what we have learned so far, the guy has lost his father.
Yes, okay.
So he only
okay.
has a single mother, like as a parent.
That's right. But I'm looking at the general principle.
For the general
Yes,
principle.
okay.
That's,
This is where I'm coming from. For me, if a son cannot approach his parents and tell them, I have found a lady.
Okay. So this time around, the parents are alive. Both parents are alive.
But he has to do that through a third person. I'm thinking he's communicating something.
Yeah, I think right from onset, growing up, there was a problem between the parent and himself, and it's going to be very, very difficult at this age. It could be that your parents don't even know much about you because you haven't given them that gap. Okay, you haven't given them that up close, the closeness.
So the parental love wouldn't have been there.
No, there are some people like that.
Parental love is not there.
Some of the men, especially those that have been independent for so long.
Biological father, biological mother.
They admitted or they enrolled the child into a school that have a boarding system. Right from primary school. So he has been on his own for so long. He's been independent. Or probably he's been dependent on his friends instead for ideas. Okay, he easily opens up to friends. There are male friends like that too. It's not only the female friends who opens up to their friends. There are male friends who opens up to their there are males who opens up to their friends.
And their friend's father, more
and
than
their
own
friends'
father.
home.
That's right.
They sometimes go to visit their friends' home, and how they get accepted, the hospitality in that home makes them feel so welcome and comfortable over there. So they get that parental love elsewhere. It's a misfortunate, stuff.
I think that because if I have to go and get an elderly person to come and tell my parents I have found a wife, then there's no relationship between me and my parents.
You were just born by them.
Yes, and they threw you off.
And they threw you off. So with such person, they are now about to establish their love, and it would be so very complicated for it to happen.
That's him. Is there a solution to this? Can there be a solution to this? Yes, that's it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I believe that there can.
There can.
Yeah, there is a solution to. It's not too late if among them they are ready to settle. Especially when you know that your son has found somebody that he loves. Every wise parent would be so ready to let their child talk about this person, they will make background checks and a whole
I'm
lot.
staying here a little bit. I'm staying on this one because I would be worried if I'm a father.
Yeah, you
and my
feel that
son
you
can't-
failed.
Yes,
You
walk to me
failed him
directly.
totally.
Yeah, can't walk. Do you think the solution is going to a third person, or the son approaching the parents?
The son approaching parents would be very difficult, and if it goes to a third person, I believe that it would probably be a third person from within the family, and that would be okay. It's not too bad if it's from the extended family, okay, or probably a sibling. There could be a home that you, the man, wouldn't be so close to your parents, but your other siblings might be close to your parents, and you definitely have a favorite, so you can look up to them, especially when they are older than you. Yeah,
I wish Gita was here, because this is something that we will have to discuss in detail. We will have to discuss in detail, because how can a parent, SB, look on for a relationship between you and your son or daughter to be destroyed so much that when it gets to the marriage, you have to play a role? Then somebody has to come and convince you or break the news to you. SB.
Well, it's actually happening in some homes.
Yes, it's happening.
Yeah.
I know it's happening, but that's why we want to profess a cure. It shouldn't happen, should it?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Actually, but do you know of any reasons? Have you been let in on any reasons why a son and parents will be far apart? Do you recall any incidents like that put a son and a parent apart, so that if the man has found a bride, he can't go straight to the parent, he has to go through the parents through somebody?
Well, I remember when we were treating parenting
Okay.
with Miss Gita.
Okay.
We talked about few.
Okay.
We talked about a few from what you're talking about. Sometimes it starts from the upbringing.
Okay.
How you bring your children up. If you're too busy to be with your children,
Okay.
yes. If you're too busy to
They
be with
grow
your
up
children,
not
they grow up getting fond
attached
of
to you.
Yes. Getting attached to those they started with. Especially when you feel you're too busy for your children, and then you go and leave them in the care of another family. They will definitely grow up getting to like the other family more than you, the biological parents. And then in this case, when it's time for them to get married, even if it's not about marriage, they'll probably be discussing everything about them
Outside.
yes, than to be discussing with you.
Isn't that terrible?
It is. That is why it's advisable to get close to your kids, no matter how busy you think you are.
Well,
You understand? Yes.
yes, I understand.
Upon all your busy schedules, make time for them. If it's on weekdays that you're too busy, during weekends, find time, make time with them, sit with them, discuss what happened in your absence, like from Monday to Friday. Discuss with them, ask them how their weekdays went. Make time.
Share time with them. Share their experiences
Yes,
with
in
them.
this, and then you make them understand that it's not as if I am not getting time for you.
Okay, but
Yes,
because
give
of-
them reasons. Yes,
because
in
they are
that
thinking.
case, they will feel free to come and share
They can understand
anything.
you.
Yes,
Yes, okay.
anything with you, rather than just letting them be like that.
Okay, thank you. So the first agreement between the young man and the young girl. The second agreement is between the young man and the mother. The third agreement is the mother and the father. This all on the board. Wow, agreements. 3 of them already. Then when the parents, the father and the mother has agreed, then the boy's father will then go to investigate about the girl's conduct and the girl's families, to convince himself that my son is making a good choice. And that's him.
Yes.
And all of us. This is a question I want to. Do you? No, not that. Do you think? If the father comes back with a report and says, "Son, the girl is good, the family is not good." That's one aspect of it. The father comes back and said, the family is good, the girl is not good. What would be the situation, difficulty or not, this young man will be in? Looking at the point that SB, before the man went to the parent, he had already agreed with the girl. I'm trying to critique the process. This is a process which is laid down, which we are following. And this is an old stuff that has been existing. We are looking at it to bring it into our time and agree that it's good to continue like that. Or is it okay if we modernize it some way? You don't agree? We should go by that.
Yeah, sure.
What reasons do you have?
Sometimes, we can blend. We can take the
old ones, the good old ones, and blend
good
them.
old ones.
What would be the new good ones in this case?
In the case of this, are we looking at the issue?
We are looking at the principle
generally.
generally, yes.
The new good ones, well, the question you asked, SB, as to whether, let's say you go, you and the lady
have agreed,
and
but the father says the girl is good, but the parent is bad.
They go around with their investigation,
and they come back and say, no, we don't approve of the family, but we approve of the girl.
You approve of the girl, so give them the chance. It's possible after getting married, after the guy getting married to the lady, there's a possibility that
Apostle, let's create a scenario.
They can both change certain things
in their family.
In the family. Thank you. Apostle, let's create a scenario to this one. Why would parents of a partner say that we would accept you as our son's wife, but we wouldn't accept your parents? Is it that they?
So this is saying that the man, the father of the son, must necessarily agree that the girl first has a good conduct.
Okay.
The second is that she's from a good conduct family. And I'm saying this girl was found to be good.
Yeah.
But when he went back to the parents' background, stuff not good.
So you could tell that the lady doesn't possess those traits.
So we are trying to bring a cure that if a parent went back behind the girl's, and then found out that the girl has no problem, but there's a little hitch about
and they should concentrate on the girl.
And they also say that what's the probability that as time goes on, the lady wouldn't emulate whatever that her parents are like?
Yes.
Probably she's just hiding. She's hideous.
Yes.
About her character.
Exactly. That's why I want us to be very cautious. So
it's either they are accepting her and her whole family, or they are not accepting her at all.
Okay. That's one condition. How about the father of the boy is unreasonably unreasonable. I like to keep this phrase there. Unreasonably unreasonable, because if a father wants to stop the son from getting married, he can be unreasonably unreasonable. So we always have to consider the reasons why a father will say no. Perhaps there's a little story
Yeah.
about.
That's why I was saying
maybe
that
even the girl's mother cried, the
he
guy
proposed to him.
There you go.
Sorry, her before, and she didn't accept it. That's why I said let's have
so we
a
have
scenario.
to
on that.
so we ought to be careful. So we are telling parents, and the reason why I'm asking this is that some of the parents don't really feel for their young adults.
Yeah, own children. They don't.
When they are in such a position, because they fall in love. They fall in love, and I think that they need to. They need to. All right. So that's the third agreement also. The father must agree.
Yeah.
And when the father of the young man has now agreed to the details, information that is had from the girl and the girl's parents, he's now making a move to the girl's father. Okay. So when he can also approach the girl, but normally what is done, we have this language system that some families will keep to it. You have to send someone to go and inform them that, oh, Uncle Kwesi and Mrs. Kwesi, they have a son.
ultimate106.9FM.
The son is interested in your daughter, and the parents want to come and introduce themselves to you. That's the normal thing they call kokoko. Yesterday I was disputing a bit with that when I went into another research which was done recently, 2022, that talked about the kokoko as the first thing.
And did it uncover the part that the people, I mean, the couple who are involved must be there?
No, they must not. They won't be there. They won't be there.
But I have represented this kokoko, the introduction ceremony.
Depends on the family.
The introductory.
It depends on the family. Yeah. If the family wants the girl to be there, because you see, the reason why I will not support that is it will be intimidating, because here is the boy whom you have discussed with the parents, and you two there. Your parents have now seen the boy. If you are brought immediately to accept, you put pressure on your parents because
Okay.
Before they invite you, they would have they should speak to the girl. They should speak to the girl for the girl to say yes. Then their second step will be they must then go and also do investigation.
Okay, Apostle, thank you.
Okay.
I think that this is where we should also bring the modern ones in.
All right.
Okay, this part I don't like the conservative or the usual tradition.
All of them should be there.
Yes, I believe that they should be there, because the lady would probably be talking good things about the guy. Perhaps these parents have met the guy before. The guy has done something bad before, so his presence would confirm, or else you'll be caught by surprise if you should meet the guy.
And you know that this is the guy who was doing something bad.
Probably he's robbed you before. You don't have it. Yeah, he's a robber. Armed robber. You have to
SB
meet him.
and that's him. I'm trying to tap into your minds. So she's introducing some stuff. I think that the point she's making, that when the kokoko is being done, this is not the traditional marriage. This is the kokoko. She's suggesting that both parties must be there. That is the girl and the boy.
Of course, I said that yesterday.
Okay.
I said that.
You are more than that, Hima, because Hima, you have been privy to so many of these things, right?
Definitely. So we'll talk about that later. Look, this kokoko thingy. The family of the man, either one or two members, you're going to the family of a lady to do this kokoko thing. In other words, going to ask of the lady's hand in marriage, going to make your son's intentions about the lady known. You understand? So why should you just go
without the guy? And
then Green said it's possible they know of the guy already, because definitely the guy will be going to see the girl at home and stuff like that. But this is tradition.
Not
You're
all
doing
cases.
the right thing.
Yeah, sometimes even introduce their
they'll be hiding their men, they'll be hiding their
until
ladies
the D-Day.
until the D-Day.
Yep.
So why should a family come to your family saying our son has seen a flower in your family and would want to come and pluck it, would want to come and see if there is a possibility that they can be together, yes, without the guy in question being present. I think we're supposed to do it in the right way.
Okay.
Go along with the guy
So
in
they
question.
should be there.
Yeah, it wouldn't be up to par.
What if they come and then you agree to it, and then later they are bringing the guy, and they come and the guy has certain things about him that you don't like.
Okay.
You have already accepted
it, yes,
you see,
without
that
seeing
is
the
why
guy.
yesterday I
All right.
asked you,
Is it refundable?
are they should you see the guy later on and then there are some
The
things you
parents
don't like
don't-
about
because the
them?
guy would have liked
Are you going to give back the drink? And Apostle, you were saying it's a gift, it's a gift.
Yes, it's gone.
Tradition is tradition. You see, you can't
So
return
we
the drink.
can't
So in
go
this
on
case,
with the
give me
old
two.
culture.
And
It has to be
Things
Yes,
need
changed.
to be done in the
in
right
as
way.
much as
So are you
culture
saying,
must be preserved, this one,
are
it
you
should
saying
be
that
changed.
when you go to do the knocking, the kokoko, and then things don't turn out to
Turn
be
out,
successful, you're asking for a refund?
That's to this.
The
It wouldn't
kokoko,
be
it would
necessary.
That is
Very-
why there's no need for a refund.
Oh yeah.
That is why you need to do it in the right way.
We-
Go along with your son or daughter, so that both families.
Okay.
Yes.
I can.
And
I'm
when
getting your drift.
If the man is coming to your home,
I'm getting your drift.
invite your daughter whilst the man
Is there?
is present with the family. Invite them, ask them any questions before it gets too late.
Yeah.
Before
Okay.
it's too late.
Okay,
I think
because
the kokoko would even
because the
give
kokoko
Get
is
to
not,
let you
the
know
people
yourself
the opportunity.
You
better.
don't go there
Yeah,
with
all
dry
the families
hands. You don't go
involved
there with
to
the empty hands.
Fine,
No,
you
go
go there
with
with a drink. Sometimes
Yes,
some
you
people
go
go
with
there
the
without
fruits.
even an envelope.
vegetables
should be
and
cash.
fruits
It should
too.
be
Yes,
cash.
it depends on how you
culture,
want to
okay.
do it.
Where
No,
you
it
come
doesn't
from, the truth.
necessarily depend on the culture, but
How you want to
how
do it.
you. Sometimes people would want to go with foreign drink.
Yeah, drinks.
And then attach an envelope to it, just for the family of the lady to like the
This is during the
What I
kokoko.
what I
This is during the
witnessed,
kokoko.
It's the
It's a
kokoko.
knocking.
It's a knocking,
yeah.
yes.
What I witnessed, they came around with some vegetables, fruits, money, and also drink.
Maybe
Okay.
that is how their
Okay.
tribe they do it. Sometimes when you watch Nigerian movies, when they're going to do the knocking, they go with with drink, and then they go with fruits. They share the fruits amongst themselves,
Yeah.
and stuff like
This
that.
is a can.
They
So,
both need to be present.
Yeah.
Ask
Okay.
questions.
Yeah.
That don't just leave them and then say you're going to do background investigation and then
Okay,
later come.
Apostle, I have a
and
now,
question.
say,
so
I have
here's
a
the point.
question,
Here's the
Apostle.
point.
I don't want to
After-
forget the question.
No, okay, go ahead.
Okay, so talking about kokoko, and we have brought the idea of making the couple involved present on that day. What if the person is living abroad?
So
How
you're
do you-
asking. I mean,
Yeah.
if the person is living abroad, sometimes people living abroad they get people to stand in
Represent
for
them,
them.
okay.
Yes.
But
So if
but
the person is
but
living
the
abroad-
way we have talked about this, the person must be present. So if he's not present, then technology should give us an opportunity
Okay.
to
Yes,
see, because
yes,
these days
okay.
you can go on Zoom and
Also, if the person is not living abroad,
is living abroad.
if the person is living abroad, make time. In this case, the lady would have to speak to the family about
the man is
about the man,
out.
and then they will make time to do video calls.
Okay, that's the
with-
point. That's
you
the point
understand?
I'm
Do
getting.
video
So
calls with the man,
modern
make
stuff we can
ask the
find a way
necessary
of
questions.
and
Yes.
that. Telephone call, even if we don't get a video, telephone, but a video will be authentic because then you see the face.
My mother
so we are advising our listeners, please.
Yeah, they have to know that.
Try to do these things. Get your parents to look
those
for.
who always get people to represent, those who are
It's
living
not too
abroad,
good.
I don't find it so comfortable. I don't
late.
find it good at all.
Rest in peace, Auntie Sewa. She once did something, and then that has been at the back of my mind till date. Even this one, the guy was present. The guy came to Ghana, but my grandmother asked, "You live abroad, right?" The guy said yes. "Are you sure? How are we even sure you're not married there? How are we sure that you really want to get married to our daughter because you live abroad? Do you mean to tell us that you've not seen? Yes, you see,
lady abroad.
That my grandmother started asking the guy questions, and when he came down, my grandmother's questions actually pushed the guy to come down to prove to this woman that I am single, I'm not married. And when this guy came down, the questions my grandmother asked him, the guy went back and never came back.
Yes. You see?
He went back and never came back.
So
that's not a good person,
no.
you know?
The questions my grandmother asked, but you live in abroad, so are you sure you've not seen these abrofo, these before, and then you're leaving all of them over there to come get married to my granddaughter, and then you tell us, oh, after getting married to her, I want to go back with her.
You see, they will just waste your time. In fact, after
these
the marriage, they will sleep together here. You get pregnant,
and they will leave you. They will go and get married to. I know of a lady who once
perhaps he's married to
like we were having a conversation and then she said
he wants a black wife.
My husband has been abroad for over 16 years. Oh, he comes and goes, and I asked, so for the past 16 years haven't you been there even once? She said no. I told her, my sister, your husband is happily married over there. It's money you need here. It's you need children, you need money, you need a house. He has built you a mansion. He sends you money. He has children with you. Their firstborn is over. They actually had a child before their child is over 20 years, and then they are having 3 children. None has even been there for holidays. And you think you are married. You say you are married. Masa.
Apostle, this is happening to many women in
Ghana. Indeed, yes, it is. It is.
I have also had an encounter with about 5 women who are going through this, who share the same experience with what
so then I think that it's the best for the guy to be here to answer questions.
Yeah, definitely.
Then it's also important that the parents of the girl should also go behind, and even if you live abroad, because there's always somebody you can talk to. There are families, there are people there.
There are friends.
There are friends so there. You can ask. I know that. I threw the question because there was a time a young man, a church lady in my church said there's a young man out there who is proposing and he wants marriage. I said that's fine. The first thing is bring me his pastor's number. Simple question. It couldn't be answered. They said when he called the guy says he goes to church. I said okay, ask the guy to tell you the name of the pastor. If you really are a member of a church, it takes you 3 seconds to mention the name.
Just a nick of time.
When you begin to struggle, that's not. I told her, and after that, I told her, don't believe in this guy. And the girl cried, but I said, I won't back you on this matter.
It wouldn't be easy for the lady because we are talking about someone living abroad. But if you don't take care and remove those blindfolds, the worst case scenario will happen, and you would never.
And if you are so much interested in the dollars or the pounds or the euros that will come, and then you are locked up here. All right. So then we are saying that the kokoko is important, and you're going to send money. You're going to send a drink, and keep it in mind that it's non-refundable.
Yeah, it is not refundable. Yeah, it's not refundable.
Keep it in mind, SB. Tell the young guys' parents that what you bring to do the kokoko is non-refundable.
Including the drinks?
Yes, non-refundable.
But when married couple want to divorce, they return for that, it's
Because
refundable.
in the traditional marriage itself, you have to produce
Another drink. Good.
And I have been to some marriage events where the family of the girl demanded kokoko and then demanded this thing. So there was a double thing. You have to do kokoko first. When they give you the list, we'll look at the list. There's a list that comes. Yeah, we're looking at the list. We'll go to how the Voltarians also contract marriages. We'll go to how the northern sector people to contract marriages. Yes, so we are looking at the traditional one. It's a Ghana month. We want to think about Ghana. So I'm sure that the Voltarians will eat into some part of the north and some part of the eastern side of this country, and I think they could also do close to what the Gans do.
Oh, okay.
You know, so when you take the Voltarians, you are closely dealing with
the Gans.
the Gans, the Gandangways, and they should be around close. But if there are any difficult, I mean, some similarities and others, we will look at that.
Okay.
Because we are in Ghana, people must understand. If you are from a different tribe going to another tribe for marriage, you should know these are the principles. Then you don't get surprised. So once everything is agreed, then the parents of the girl will now send a message to the young man's parents that coast is clear, green light is on.
Flash.
Give us the date that you're coming.
And they also provide lists.
Oh, they'll give a list. That's when the list comes in. We will look at the list maybe on Friday. We'll look at the list. So, at that point, I suggest that at that point, when the families have come together, that's when, and have agreed, that's when you should go to your church. What do you think?
After
many people go to the church first,
yes,
and tell the pastor. The pastor will have very little to do, because I know you. No. If you start the counseling, and then the parents don't agree, that's where the problem is.
Okay.
So you put pressure on everybody, the would-be couple, the parents, and the church.
Yeah.
Because you have accepted it, the pastor has accepted it, so the church has accepted it. Then the parents, or one or both of the parents, say no. So where are we now? Now you have to resort to counseling and trying to convince people. And I always tell my church, I will be the last person to come in.
Yeah.
If you come to me first, I tell you, go and deal with the parents. When the parents have agreed, and we take written documents from the parents, I agree that my daughter should be married to so and so young.
Okay.
I agree that my son should be married to. So
Apostle, should
you know why
that
I
be
do
done
that? Yes.
prior to the traditional
No,
wedding,
prior to the
prior
church
to the
going
church.
through counseling.
Okay.
Because that idea that you throw the question, is anybody here who doesn't support this thing? I don't do it in my church.
That then is old-fashioned. In fact,
I
I
don't
don't
do it in
know
my
who
church.
introduced that.
Because when the family have agreed,
Who the hell is
then
that?
the next thing is that when you come to the church and we have evidence that the families have agreed, then we'll give you a form to go to the Metropolitan Assembly to go and register. And it is displayed for 3 weeks. If anybody doesn't go there to find out,
You don't
come
to my
to church when
do
I'm
that. My church
officiating
is
the
not
marriage.
caring.
No, we are not asking that question. In fact, I declare, I make a statement. Anyone here who does not support this, go to court.
Yeah.
No, we are not giving the chance to talk. Because the couple, the young guys, would have gone through a lot to come to that stage.
And you want to.
And sometimes one crazy man walks up there, some old girlfriend who feels, some old boyfriend, ex-boyfriend who feels peeved up, decide that I just want to mess the day up. There was one I was holding, and there was news that some ex-girl was going to fool around. I placed some CID guys at the gate. Oh yes, I placed all the gate entrances. The CID guys were quiet. They were in suit. They were friends. We told them, they said, come and defend. There was one time to a father was messing around. We put some security guys. Said when the father comes, hijack him, send him away, because we met him severally, and he couldn't give us any reasons why he won't let the
They
daughter
just want
marry.
to make the day a
And the church, and listen, if you are listening, that's why you should belong to a church, you see, because the church is there to defend the right thing. I will not give out my church member for the family to twist when it comes to marriage, just because the family has an unreasonable reason. That one, that's what the essence of the church. Because as soon as you become a member of a church, then you have a second family. Some of us, our church family is more stronger than oh yeah, the body will come out. So that's it. When the agreement that the date is set, and on that date we try to brothelize and say engagement, but that actually is the marriage, is a traditional marriage. And the scenario is very interesting. That's where people are coming with suitcases.
Yes, Papa.
Tell me, some of the families have a list. We'll look at the list on Friday. Some of the lists.
It's not necessary. It just beautifies the program, but it's not really necessary. It's not necessary at all. It's just a waste of money. At the end of the day, what you should look out for is what you should be praying for is if
I want
the
you
guy is going to be able to take care of your daughter.
Hang on, good, please listen. I want us to look at helping parents and families who think giving your daughter to marriage is
creating wealth,
making money.
Fine.
You see, you're coming with a point, and that point I want you to go about it carefully and strongly, because it's a piece of good advice. Sometimes the list is just unbelievable, and you have to go and negotiate. I have gone to negotiate some before, twice.
Okay, so my take is this.
Okay.
It's not necessary, like I said already. Look, if you give me a long list with PTO,
please turn over
at the last part,
so that you turn over the page.
Yes. I'll get you all the things, and then how long are those things going to last? What's most important is think of how the guy will be. Think of the future. Yes, that's it. Think of how the guy is going to be able to take care of your daughter. Look,
and the grandchildren.
There are some family members. There are some families. If they are coming into, if you are coming into their family. No, if you are going into their family, and then you go and they give you a very long list. Let's say I am the man, I'm coming to Apostle, your family, and then I come and you give me a very long list. I will not ask you to text some things out.
You're going to bring all.
With all due respect to our listeners, so I know very well that you thought before giving me that list.
Okay, I see.
So I will not come back and tell you the list is too long and then take certain things out. I would accept the list, get you all the things you requested for, and then if by the grace of God everything is done and I go home with your child, the way I'm going to treat your child,
that's right.
Yes, it's like you sold your daughter to me.
That's how it is here in Ghana.
That is probably what you can think about.
The bride price in this
I would have asked you, as
child.
you started advancing this point, I had a thought and I said I knew where you were going, but wouldn't it be wrong if you vented this anger on the girl? I'm sure there's a way of doing
normal.
it. No, please.
You definitely have people like that.
If you do that, then you contradict your love for that girl. I would have thought that you say, very well. Now I know who your parents are. Why don't you say, I will refuse to support your parents because of what they did, but between you and me, hey.
Yes, some men does that, right? Because you give them a very long list.
They'll bring it at all
They wouldn't
costs.
want to help your family in any way because
I would think that is,
didn't think of the future.
Good.
For myself and your daughter.
Punishing them it's much better than
Also,
punishing
there
your
are
wife.
some guys too.
Hey,
They will not only
yeah.
think. They will not only think
It would affect
because of what
you
your family
too.
did to me, I'm not going to help
That's
in
the one- the
anything
wicked ones
when it
that-
comes to your family. There are some guys. Forget about the love. No matter how much love they've got for you,
You punish the girl?
Apostle, the family also didn't think that
No.
the guy. Please, can I land?
Yeah, land.
The family also didn't think that this guy loves my daughter, and that is why. Look, if a guy is bold enough to come to your family to ask of your daughter's
That's
hand in
one
marriage,
good step.
it's a glory to you, the
One good
family
step.
of the lady.
One good step.
So if I
agree
come
with
and you think, let's say you know that I'm well to do, so
Oh my
you're going to
God.
squeeze a lot
This
out of me.
discussion is not allowing us to ask for
You're going to squeeze a lot out of me.
thoughts of
Oh,
our
so
listeners.
yes.
You should be monitoring
Definitely,
that.
I'll develop a bit of hatred.
Yes.
I can even think that you did this with your family.
Yes, I know.
That
Yes,
is
yes,
why
yes,
I'm
yes,
saying
possible.
some men tend to put in some kind of hatred.
Yes, but there are other ladies who I know have gone crying to their parents to, take some of the list out.
Yes, and then some do take it out.
Yes, others
If
don't.
you go cry to your parents that the list that you definitely you would see it. Mom, Dad, this is too long. This is too much.
for my
Think
mom.
of my future.
Yeah, that's right.
And they will agree and then take some things out. But if I am the woman and then I cry to you that the list you're giving to my husband and the family, take some things out, you say you won't take some things out. Apostle, if by the grace of God my husband is able to provide, and then in some instances the ladies
Have
support,
help. Yes, of course, yes.
if we are able to do that and then crying,
I'm
we
gone.
finally get married. Wo me mama ne me papa no. Wo be je.
Well, I'm not being wicked, but I'm being fair. I think that if a family will do this to your daughter, if your daughter went and didn't even, the relationship will be there, but when it comes to support financially and things, we'll have to think twice. But these days, I think a lot of people are making it easy. They said, you go prepare and come and marry my daughter. Let's think about it.
We won't sell our daughter
How
to
deep,
you.
yes, how deep
Just
is
go
this?
and put-
And what are the expectations? Now, if they tell you that, what are the expectations? Truly, let's share.
Apostle, if they tell you go and prepare, right? So if they tell you to go and prepare, it means you already know that when you're going to get married, when you're going to ask for a lady's hand in marriage, you definitely have to get something for your mother-in-law to be, your father-in-law to be, your
Akontasika or
yes,
days,
those
yes,
things you know.
Yes, they say not akontasika, akontasika.
Akontasika, yeah.
But it's not. When it's a second. That's what we hear.
No, we think
So-
akontas. It's
That's
like
nice.
it's like akontano. Wabo oba no ho baya na obeje nta say or the second act no ho ahwe ne so.
But
It's
the
like
word
you're
that I
protecting
read here
people.
is akontasika.
That is the right way. And I make us say sometimes you're twisting the kakra just to make it
Because
funny.
Then what about
Some
this
others.
thing that you're the plain ekofana bad the tresca?
Those
And no, there has to stop.
I don't fancy those
It's creating lots and lots of issues, but people
She
don't
couldn't
know,
come, so
especially the
please give us more
spiritual
money.
Yeah,
issues.
okay.
Yeah, this you can't.
We'll talk about this on tomorrow. We'll talk about this. See, yes, because now it's happening, and the person comes with a face covered and stuff like that. We have
And
to
then
look at that.
the first person who appears happens to be the one the guy will show
Yeah.
interest in. Now your problems be brain. That a way uncle for the first piska keke.
Yeah.
Ovu
And
uncle onye
very-
oya
it's very
down to
ridiculous.
the lady on your family member. And then when they are supposed to bring the bride,
She jumps in and
hey
begins
me
to-
but this me any sikanisa. Oh, we are not the shiny bottom. Come first this keke.
I
And then in some cases, I know say listeners now,
Yes,
no,
look, we have to
the
look at
spiritual attachments.
so that's what is going to happen. We are going to look at the practical stuff that happens, even though these are the processes. We want to know practical things that happen. So, listeners, get ready to tell us what has been happening. I mean, we will go deep into the libation pouring and all stuff and find out what it really does. We will go deep into it. Does it have any spiritual this thing? We'll go into it. Our time is up for today, but my God, if you have a message, send us is it a recorded message or something?
A
A voice note.
Yes.
Okay. Give us a number for a voice note so that we can put it on and thank you, because this chapter is becoming interesting.
Yeah. Please, we have a birthday wish. I know you would do that on the drive, but let me do that. Let me do mine now. Wonderful birthday to Mr. Tofik Gonja. Tofik Gonja. You are our proud listener, like from ultimate106.9FM.
Right.
Yeah, from cup of tea through to the end of our programs. Happy birthday to you. We love you. And then your son too. So it's a father and a son affair.
And one of
Mr.
these days,
Tofik
please visit us,
Gonja.
because we'd like to have you here so that you can share with us your thoughts on what we are doing here. But let the apostle also put in his voice. Happy birthday to you.
So Mr. Berry and then Green will shout you out on the drive also. We love you, Mr. Tofik Gonja. Bye bye.
And our time is up, and so at this moment we actually want to let you know that Providence Insurance has been there helping out as well. It's been 40 solid years since Providence started in operations in Ghana. And guess what? We cannot celebrate this, and this is how they are celebrating with their customers and potential customers. Well, all you need to do is just buy or renew your insurance with Providence and stand a chance of getting yourself some branded items and fuel coupons as well. Well, you can find them here in Kumasi. Call them 0501 457 139, 0501 457 139, and they're also in Patasa 0200 234 806. They have some agency offices in Ajesu, Kumasi DVLA, Offenso, Brahman DVLA, Ejinasa DVLA, Swami, and Asawase. And hey, Paris Knowledge Natural Health Care is also there. I don't know what you're going through, but health-wise, Paris can help you out. If you're going through any, if you have diabetes, sexual weakness, prostrate, you can sleep at night. Oh, you need to be at Paris Knowledge Natural Health Care. Well, if you have bones and joint problems, especially in this season, we find ourselves the rainy season, the weather is cold, I know that it will trigger. Personal Natural Health Care is calling out on you. They are here in Kumasi, Ashanti region, Bantama, near Konfanotri Teaching Hospital runabout, behind Medilove. And you can also find them at Sehuyoso in Poman, opposite the Pentecost Church, Takwa, Roman Store, opposite Zenith Bank, Accra, La Paz, Nyamiche, behind Nyamiche Junction, behind the Crown Prince School, and Western Region BNA, same building with Sehuman Rural Bank. And call them on 055 7738 555, 055 7738 555. And on that note, this is where we actually draw the curtains down. Mr. Berry is ready together with NYJ Green.
Tonight we'll be on the prayer zone.
Yeah.
From 10 p.m. to 12 midnight.
Yeah.
Stay with us. Let's pray together. Cheers.
Yes, you need to. We all have to join up and pray. Really very important in our life. Well, I've been your girl on radio, Sarah Brifukomi SB for short. God willing, tomorrow we come back your way, but do make time for, of course, ultimate brunch and lunch from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. I'll be waiting up to meet you, God willing, tomorrow. Have fun, take care, enjoy the rest of your day.
People say that